All right, I am live. Let me see on my end. Thank you so much, everyone, for being on live with me today. It's been a while since I come on live. I'm going to just do a quick check on my back end to see whether my video is up, whether I can hear myself. But if you are here, if you're watching with me, if you can hear me, can you just give me a thumbs up or put inside the chat that you can actually hear me? If you can't hear me, maybe just let me know whether you can hear me or not. Okay, so the video is up on my end. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. Thank you for being here. Okay, so yes, it's been a while since I come on YouTube Live. I think the last was last month, and I just came back from Dubai. So I did like a short Dubai vlog. That was my first vlogging that I did for Dubai. So if you have not catch the vlog you can catch on my channel later on. But today I am going to do answering your burning questions. So I uploaded a post on both Instagram and also Threads. So I'm not sure whether you are on Threads and how many of you are on Threads. It's something like Twitter where you can say more of your thought process, what you think of certain topics, join in different topic in the feed itself, the thread feeds itself. So over there, I do a little bit more of my behind the scenes, what I've done for that day, some funny stuff also. You can see a little bit of my personality, another side of my personality on threads. But yes, today I am going to answer burning questions that I received. So I received a few. I received about 10 questions. I'm going to answer maybe like three questions today and hope to answer the rest of the other question in my next upcoming YouTube live. Okay. So my first question that is on thread is this. I've always been curious on how you manage and juggle it all. Okay, it's not a question that I would feel, but it's something where this person have at the back of her mind, she had some thought on how I manage everything in terms of my business. So if you're not aware, I run my video business, which is Fix Productions, and I also run a community base, which is the Freelancers Academy. So I have two businesses, and on top of that, I also run a non-profit organization. I am also a caregiver. So that I would say that I don't juggle anything, but really I really get intentional with my time. So I have two businesses, right? So I have one which is actually my video business, and another one which is my community-based business, which is actually the Freelancers Academy, or TFA for short. So when I run these two business, I really manage my time in the sense that I get very intentional with my time. I know when there are days that I will do my video business, and then there will be days that I do my community business. So in this way, I will actually go by weekly. I will go by weekly and I will know which day I will do my Picture Pix work or my video work and which day I do my TFA work. But when I first started, I don't run two businesses at one time. Yeah, I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit off. Yeah, okay. I don't run my business. I don't run two businesses at one time. It's only after like a few years into the video business when I'm more comfortable. I know what I'm doing. I know my processes. I know my SOP place, then I venture into a different kind of business. So when I first started my video business, I make sure that I have my processes in place. So I have my days or my weeks that I just focus on video editing. I have days or weeks that I just focus on filming. So when you have this kind of processes in place, when you have this kind of SOP, standard of operations in place, it makes your business smoother. It makes your days better, and you don't feel overwhelmed, because running a business is not just about doing the services that you are doing for your client, but you also need to do your admin work, you need to do your accounts, especially if you're running the business alone and when you first started. So these are some of the areas that you need to make sure that you have processes. So for example, right, if I want to touch on the account side of things, so I know that if, for example, I have that 1 week of maybe filming, and I make sure that my receipts, my transport receipts, my transportation bills, or anything, the bills that I have for that week, I will settle it within that week itself. So it's really about consistent, and it's really about managing your time so that you know what to do next. Okay? So and then when I move when I have all these processes, then I know the type of processor that I can implement for other businesses as well. So, like for example, now that I run the Freelancers Academy with my partner, I can implement a little of the processes that I had on PagerPix, and I use it for TFA. So it's kind of like a easier transition, I must say, because I already have the process in place. So if you are just starting out, make sure that you have the processes in place first. Really think through how you want to manage your time. Get very intentional with your time, because your time is precious, and you don't want to, just focus on things that may overwhelm you. Okay. All right. So I hope that answer your question for those for that person who actually asked me. Let me just check on something now. Hold on. Okay, great. I can hear. Okay. The second question. Let me open up the second question. Hold on. Second question comes from Instagram. Okay. The question says, I want to start out my own business, but I feel I have little experience. Why should people choose me? Okay. I would assume this is a service-based business. Okay. So ideally, if you're working full time, I want you to try out doing your side hustle or the service that you want to render to your potential client on a side hustle. Okay, when you try out your business on a side hustle, this is where the experience comes in, because experience really comes with time, and at the same time, whether the services that you want to render to your clients, is it of a need for them, and you can tweak a little bit. Is it something that clients actually are looking out for? So when you intentionally, I use a lot of intentional word today, because it's my word of the year. Okay, so when you intentionally see that the service that you want to render fits with your client, right? So this is where the experience comes in. But when you first started, of course, you don't have experience, right? So you need to build on the experience. You need to build on your portfolio. So I would suggest you go for networking. I suggest that you really share out what are you rendering your service out for. Okay, like for example, maybe if you are okay, like for example, just take as an example of my own service. Yeah, I am doing video, right? I would actually network, and I would really put it out there. I would put it out there that, hey, I'm doing a video editing. Let's say I'm doing a video editing. I can I have experience on video editing, and if you are looking for someone who can edit your videos, you can connect with me. So these are some of the ways that also you can reach out to people and reach out to those who are running a business. So for example, in my case, I want to focus on corporate clients. I network with people who are in the uh, corporate corporate level, I would say, and also those who are running a business. So from there, you can network with them, you can render the service for them, and I think I'm blessed. When I first started, I already have friends. I already have a small network where they run a business where they need video services, and this is how they support my business. And I mean, that was how they support my business, and that was how I built my portfolio. So when I first started, it's really about going out there to network. And I totally understand when it comes to networking, especially if you're introvert like myself, it's very hard to go and network. But I think I mentioned in one of the podcasts that I was in with Jamie. You can do something like if when you want to go into network, you can have like 5 coins. You can have 5 coins. 5 coins means you are going to talk to just 5 people. Have a 5 meaningful conversation with these 5 people. When even if it's just 5 people, right? I can guarantee you that there may be additional conversation going on after that. So don't be afraid to network, even if you are an introvert, because networking is very, 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 very important when you are running a business, whether you are just starting out or you are in the fifth year of your business or you are in the 10th year and you 10th year of your business. In any stage of your business, networking is very important. Okay, let me just see the comments. Hello, Fitri. Hello, Jamie. Thank you for being here. So I was just plugging your podcast, Jamie, talking about networking. So yes, um, whether you are, especially if you are talking about. Okay, wait, let me go back to the second question. Okay, the second question actually asking like, she doesn't have experience. She has little experience. Why should people actually choose her? Yeah. So I think experience comes with time, and I bet that Fitri and Jamie would agree. Really, experience comes in time, and when you want experience, you need to work. When you network, people will know what you do. People will know what you can actually render your services, and with that, then you can build your portfolio. Then you will have experience. Okay, really, experience is actually with time, lah, I would say. Okay, so that's the second question. Now I am going into the third question. Let me go inside my third question is also from Instagram. Let me go inside the question box. Where is it? Okay. Okay, this question says I tried my own gig, but very hard to get business the first 6 months. Any advice? Okay, 6 months I feel is too short to gauge. If you are just starting out, I think earlier on I mentioned if you are working full time right now, if you are working full time right now, if you want to try out business, you can actually do a side hustle. I think these days it's very easy to, just go into a side hustle and see whether there's a need in the process that you want to render. I mean the service that you want to render. um, if you are actually working full time right now, I would suggest you go into a side hustle first. Do not fire your boss first, like what I did. It's very risky, so don't do that. I would advise you to build your portfolio, because really 6 months is very short to gauge in terms of getting business. Um, I would suggest you to build your portfolio, to again network, very important, and collaboration is also one way that I gain confidence, I gain portfolio, I collaborate with people bigger organization. I collaborate with agencies. I collaborate with fellow videographers. I collaborate with a business owner that can complement my business. So, for example, right, I know a friend or a fellow business owner I talk to runs a social media agency. So I can collab or I can partner with this social media agency that, hey, I can do the editing for you if you have like videos to edit. And, instead of them doing everything themselves. So this way you can then build your portfolio as well. But of course, you need to know the contracts, what you can actually offer, what they can actually offer you in terms of the collaboration also lah. Okay? Let me see the comments. Experience. Okay, Fitri says experience comes with time, so always make time to practice, practice, practice. Yes, correct. Jamie, don't ask me this question. I just saw the okay, Jamie was asking if you are actually wondering, right? If you're actually watching this on replay, Jamie is asking me when am I going to buy the A6700. It's a new camera that Sony just launched. I mean, they are going to launch end of July. I'm actually very tempting Jamie to buy, but yeah. Okay, let's go back to the third question that actually says she tried her own gig, but it's very hard for her to get business for the first 6 months. So I think I've like I mentioned lah earlier on, build your portfolio, collab with people, collab with bigger organization, collab with partner up with business that can complement you. So really it's 6 months is really very short to gauge when it comes to running your own business. I would say a year. When I first started, I gave myself a year. I was telling myself, okay, if I can do this within a year, then I will continue. So thank God I managed to survive that 1 year, and then third year happened, and fifth year happened, and then now I'm on my 10th year. And I feel that when I speak to a lot of the freelancers who just starting out on business, right, on running a freelance business or any business for that matter, the first 3 years will be very crucial for you because that's how you how you want to pivot your business. Sometimes, for me, I don't have a business planned out in my first year or my third year of business. I just go inside the business and I pivot along the way. But if you are someone who needs like a business plan, you need to know like where you want to go for the first year, where you want to go for your second year, third year, and so on and so forth. By all means, business plan is great because it helps you to get somewhere. It helps you to find yourself where you want to go. But for me, because I know that I'm going to pivot in every stage of my business, which I did, I plan it in such a way that when I pivot, then I have a clearer idea. So it really depends on what you want to do, where you want to go. If you are just starting out, I feel now is great to do your business plan. What do you want to do maybe in the next 3 months? And within the next 3 months, what are your goals monthly? So have a monthly goal, have a bigger goal like 3 months goal. You can also have 6 months goals. You can also have a year goal. So it's really, really about your comfort level. And if you don't want to be so overwhelmed, right, you can do monthly goal, and that's how you can see how your business grow. Okay, all right, okay. So that's the third question. Fourth question I already answered, Jimmy, but okay, I have another question. Okay, I'm gonna do one more last question for the from the what do you call it, the IG that I got. Okay. The fourth question say, alamak, I lost it. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back. Okay. The fourth question says, how to know when is the right time for me to strike out on my own? Wow, this one very deep, the question. How to know? If you have seen some of my podcasts, I am the jump first, swim later. I do things first, then I think what I want to do with it. not everyone can go into that kind of area. And I would say there's no time frame. And I feel that when for me personally, when someone said that I will pay for this, I take it a sign that there is a need for my service. When just now I mentioned about business plan, right? You can actually have the business plan planned out, but ultimately you need the clients to tell you that, hey, I actually need your service, and it can be a service where it can offer to your other clients. So when to know when you okay, what's the question again? How to know when is the right time? There is no right time. There is no right time. I usually go with my gut feeling. I usually go with vibe check. So when I first started, my gut feeling was want to do something for myself. I do not want to, put my heart and soul to a company and then I'm not happy with it. And I think going into something that I wake up every morning and then I feel happy doing it, I think that is also a sign. If I wake up every morning and I dread going to work, I dread going to doing things that I thought I would be feeling happy because I remember I was happy doing my corporate job. I was happy in the corporate job for 7 years. I was in the IT industry. I what do you call it? I learn IT in my poly and then I work IT, those kind of thing. I thought I'll be happy like forever, climbing the corporate job. But eventually, I think about a year or so, when I wake up, the, I don't feel like wanting to go to work. So I was telling myself, okay, why am I not feeling this? Why not feeling excited? But when I was actually doing a little of like side hustle, I was doing a little bit of video editing at that point of time. But it was a bit uh, trash lah. The video editing was very old school, like like 90s kind of editing. I think I tried to what do you call it? I tried to dig out whether I can find my old editing job. So when I was actually doing that, it gives me joy, and it's something that I was looking forward to do every weekend. So um, for me, I will go with my gut feel, and I will know when is the right time. I cannot tell you like, okay, when you are doing 1 year, then it could be a right time for you to quit your job and then go into full time. It's really about your. I think that I don't know. I just believe in your sign. There will be something that will spark you, and you will tell yourself like, okay, that's enough. I'm not going to continue doing full time. I'm just going to continue with doing the business itself. Yeah. So that's. I don't really have like a concrete or like a right answer to this question because it's really about individual. It's really about knowing what you want to do in your business itself. Okay. All right. So I am not going to go through all the 10 questions today. I am going to go through just 4 questions, and I hope to answer the rest of the other questions in my next live. And if you are watching right now, if you have any other questions, you can drop in the comment box. If not, if like okay, for example, right? I just want to touch on. Okay, let me see whether I can touch on this topic. Okay, hold on. Let me see whether I can find this topic that I want to share with you. If not, then probably I will share in my next live together with the other questions that I want to cover. I mean, that I want to answer in the next live. Okay, let me just cover on this thing. Okay, so when you want to when you want to jump start into your freelance business, right? It's very important to have this three-step process. This is what I came out last time when I first started. When three-step process, meaning of course the first step is to getting started. Okay, getting started, and then the next process is of course your marketing, and then your third process would be your pricing, your payments, your finances, your invoice. The third process is the one that is very can be very draining because it's all about admin stuff, but it's very essential for solopreneurs, especially you are doing if you're especially you are running your own business. So when you want to first start your freelance business or your business for that matter, you need to have this three-step process, which is actually the getting started, the marketing, and the finances, payments, prices. Yeah, yeah, correct. Prices. So that part, the admin part comes in that one step, okay, which is actually the price payments and the price payments and the finance. Okay. So the getting started is of course you need to validate your business idea. I think I mentioned it earlier on. You need to understand like you need to ask yourself like, can someone pay you for this work? Will you get somebody that says, I am willing to pay you for this service? Do you enjoy the work? You need to test the demand when it comes to validating the business idea. And then after that, you have a business structure. I think in Singapore context, the business structure is really about um, when talking about business structure in Singapore context is registering your business. So there are, of course, if you are running it solo, then it will be solopreneur, solo, yeah, sole proprietorship. I hope I say it correctly. Sole proprietorship, and of course, there's like LLP, there's what you call it, private limited, so on and so forth. Okay, on you can go to ACRA and see. Okay, so that's the what you call it, that's the first part of the step process, which is actually getting started. Validating your business idea is really very important because if you don't have the demand of your business idea, then definitely you um will not grow because you don't know that there's actually a demand for that business, right? Okay, then next one is the next process is the marketing part. So the marketing part consists of networking. I mentioned it like a lot of times from the first I started just now. Okay, networking can be physical networking or social media networking. It can be networking on LinkedIn, on email lists, on blogging article. So networking is something where you tell what you do. And okay, it doesn't mean right when you tell what you do, they will hire you on the spot. They will keep you at the back of your mind, at the back of their mind. Okay, when they need the service, they need your service, then they will come to you. Usually, that is always the case. Okay, so typically networking usually when before COVID, networking is all about physical networking. You go into a network session, but now I think social media networking also is very important as well to engage with your audience. Okay, then another part of marketing is definitely to market your business. Market your business means you need to create your branding. uh, what kind of tone of voice would you need for your business? Do you want to convey to your audience? Branding doesn't mean just about logo, doesn't just mean about color concept, doesn't just mean about fonts, but it's really about throughout your convey your brand message. Okay, how do you want how do you want people to perceive you as? What do you want to be known out for? Okay, so that's part of your marketing your business. Of course, marketing your business can also consist of putting your business on social media platforms, which I think it's very important. This digital presence is very, very important. If you are not on social media, I feel in the current situation, if you're not on social media, you are lacking behind. So it's very important to be on social, be digitally present. And of course, if in terms of marketing, you can also do cold emails. Now do cold calls. Now cold calls, cold emails. I like it because I don't have to like pick up the phone like like do cold calling. I can just do email, cold email. Like make a ask. Like don't be afraid to ask for work because if you don't ask, you will always get a no. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. So really cold emails, sometimes I get a great response that, "Hey, I didn't know," like sometimes I get response, right? "Hey, I didn't know that you are doing this service, so let's get connected." So these kind of things can happen when you do cold emails. You don't have to force yourself do cold calling lah, if you don't want. Yeah, I don't like cold calling, so cold email is great. Okay? Of course, you must showcase your work lah. Okay, when you showcase your work means then you your audience, your potential audience know what you are doing. You need to showcase your thought processes, you need to showcase your behind the scenes. I feel these days it's easier because we have social media platforms, right? Not when I first started like 10 years ago. I need to really sit down with somebody and show the behind the scenes, so show like what I can do, like do presentation, those kind of things. Yeah. So showcase is very important. And the last process, so that's the second process, which is actually marketing. So the last process would be the admin side of things, which is you need to know how to do the right pricing. Well, this one like workshop already, yeah. But in a nutshell, when it comes to like pricing, you need to know the right price. Don't undercharge, don't overcharge, and you need to know your finances, your contracts is very important. And then your what do you call it, your invoicing and payment terms is very important, and accounts is also very important. Not also, accounts is very important part of your business. Okay, because if you don't have like your accounts, everything, it's very hard for you to track your business. Okay, so it's very important for you to get this three-step process in place so that you don't be overwhelmed when you are running your own business. Okay, let me go into the chat. Hello, are you? Thank you for being here. If you have any other question, you can type in the chat. If not, thank you so much for joining in this short session where I answered your burning questions about the business. If you want to know more about running a business, I have the Freelancers Academy that I run together with my partner AJ, where you can ask us a lot more questions to get clarity, to get some ideas, bounce some ideas on freelance business or running a business itself. You can get on our calls, which is free for you guys to get on the calls with us. You can follow our Instagram. We're very active on Instagram, the Freelancers Academy on Instagram. And of course, you can also ask me lah, because I'm running the video business, right? But ultimately, running a business is not like a cookie cutter thing, but it's really about where you can fit your own personality, where you can fit uh, your services that you want to render for your clients as well. So it's not something where I can say, okay, you have to follow A, you have to follow B, you have to follow C. Really, it's about customizing your own personality, run the business at your own where you want your brand message. Okay, Ken. So I will see you again. When will I see you on my YouTube live? I will see you again next 2 weeks, where I'll be answering more questions about business, about videos, about freelance. What else? Yeah, caregiving. If you have any question about caregiving, I'll be happy to answer those questions. All right. So thank you so much for joining my YouTube live. Have a great night on a Thursday. Tomorrow is like the last day of the week, and I hope you achieved whatever you wanted to achieve for this week, and have a great weekend ahead. And I see you in my next live. Bye.